This week on America's Outdoor Journal, we visit yet another world-class outdoor playground that's beckoned anglers for more than 10,000 years. Our adventure this week coincides with the return of fall coho salmon. We'll focus our efforts on the confluence of the Klickitat River, a cool glacier-fed tributary well known by salmon as a resting spot on their journey further east. We'll be fishing today with Rob Phillips of Warden's Lures and Yakima Bait, along with local guide Bob Barthlow, renowned lure designer Tom Seward, and pro staffer Roy Houle. The breathtaking scenery and exciting fishing is just ahead on this edition of America's Outdoor Journal.
Bob, we're on the mighty Columbia this morning, fishing for coho. This is the Columbia Gorge, I guess it's considered, but tell us a little more about where we're at.
Well, Rob, we're just off the mouth of the Klickitat River on the east end of the Columbia River Gorge. We're about 7 miles west of the Dalles, Oregon, on the Columbia, and we're fishing for coho today.
Yeah, I do know that there's some king salmon, fall king salmon, and even some steelhead running.
Yeah, that's true, Rob, and it's open for steelhead, but any Chinook we catch today we'll have to release. That closed about the 1st of October this year.
Okay, why did they close that?
Their numbers just weren't there, that they forecasted, over 500,000, and those numbers came in low, so they let us fish all through September, and September 31st was the last day for Chinook retention, so it's just catch and release now.
We're going to just be trolling plugs out here. Is that what kind of the style of fishing?
Yeah, we're getting most of them, Rob, on flat-lined half-ounce fat fish. This is a good color. This is called Hot Tiger. It has about all the colors of the rainbow. It has the chartreuse and the green and the orange, and you're using a red and black herringbone. That's been a real good color. That'll catch all three Chinook, coho, and steelhead on that. That one's been working real well.
Not
also
adding any weight, just
no. We're just flat-lining them. Out here, we're fishing anywhere from 20 to 15, 10 feet of water, so we're running about 50, 60 feet behind the boat, just flatlining them, and then they'll dive down 10, 12 feet by themselves, so no lead needed at all.
And these fish really aren't feeding, are they? They come in from the ocean.
They're not. It's more of a instinct or an anger type bite. They're not feeding, but there's
something down in their face.
Exactly.
Makes them mad and they strike.
It irritates them.
Well, let's get started, huh?
Let's do it.
In 1986, Congress recognized the unique beauty of the Columbia River Gorge when it made it the nation's first national scenic area.
That's a fish. It's a jack or something.
Jack?
Yeah.
Want to let her go? What do you want to do?
It's a jack.
Little guy. There he goes.
Just a little old jack. Too bad he doesn't go back out to the sea and grow a little bigger, but
yeah,
that's as big as he's ever going to get, so we'll let him go.
Scrappy little dude.
Yeah.
The Columbia River Gorge is the only sea level route through the Cascade Mountains, which stretch from Canada through Washington and Oregon and into California. For more than 80 miles, the steep and forested canyon walls, rising as high as 4,000 feet, provide some of the most breathtaking scenery anywhere. Coho smolts migrate to the ocean in the spring of their second year of life, live at sea for 16 to 20 months, return as 3-year-old adults averaging 8 pounds. Columbia River salmon must survive in the company of major hydroelectric dams. For the salmon of the Klickitat River, Bonneville Dam represents a major obstacle to migration. To ease this migration, fish ladders break the overall height of the dam into small steps. Each step is complete with a plunge pool and a calm water resting area. Contrary to popular belief, fish do not have to jump each step in the ladder. Beneath the surface, there are passages through each step that provide an easy transition to the next level. An angler's first stop is always at the viewing windows, where an up-close look at migrating fish ascending the fish ladders fuels the anticipation and raises the expectations. The Visitor Center at Bonneville Dam offers a fascinating look at the history of Columbia River salmon and the steps that continue to be taken to assure their survival into the future. There's a vast amount of information available within the center's displays. In only minutes, an understanding of the salmon's contribution to Native American tribes, early settlers, and the Northwest lifestyle becomes readily apparent. A region graced with vast spaces, staggering beauty, and magnificent fish that offered the underpinnings of an economy. For over 31,000 years, the Columbia River Gorge has supported flourishing civilizations. Excavations at 5 Mile Rapids, a few miles east of the Dalles, show humans have occupied this ideal salmon fishing site for more than 10,000 years.
It's been a pretty nice day today, Bob. We've had some sunshine and clouds, but it's not been bad. But I imagine it gets a little cooler as the season goes on. How long does it go?
Well, Rob, the season runs till January 31st. The latest I'd normally fish is probably around Thanksgiving weekend, but we catch still silver bright coho, all the way up to the first part of December.
So it sounds like there's some good fish trickling in here just really throughout the whole season.
Yeah, up to the end of the year, you have a good shot at a bright coho.
Well, between hunting trips, maybe I'll have to sneak back down here and try to get in on some of that.
Yeah, I think you probably have a good 5 or 6 more weeks of coming down here and having a good shot at catching a bright coho, Rob.
So when you're done fishing here, Bob, where is your next location that you'll be guiding at?
Well, I finish here the end of this month, end of October, then the 1st of November I'll be over on the Chehalis River, chasing coho over there too, and I'll do that till a week or so before Thanksgiving, and then we start winter steelhead fishing on the Cowlitz River.
The Cal for steelhead?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's always a good river for winter steelhead fishing. Well, I certainly, between hunting trips, think I'm going to try to get back down here and get in on some of this coho fishing, because it looks like it might last for a little while.
Yeah, it was a little slower day today, but yeah, there's going to be some nice, big bright fish coming in for the next month or so anyway, Rob.
Depending on current flow, water temperature, and wind conditions, the most productive angling can change locations without warning. Fish frequently move from the main stem of the Columbia up into the cooler, clearer water of the lower Klickitat and back out again.
With that west wind picking up out front, Rob, let's give it a shot here in the Klickitat again.
Okay.
Like so many fisheries, it takes the perfect combination of trolling speed, lure depth, and color to incite a bite. Local experts like Bob will adjust their presentation slightly on each pass until success is achieved. Once you find what's working, persistence will do the rest.
That didn't take too long.
No.
Yeah, I'll grab a net for you here.
Okay. You wanted to make a turn back up through here because they were rolling. That was a
like
smart
6
move.
fish rolled right there in that one spot, so
Yeah.
seemed like a good idea at the time.
Yeah.
See, yeah, not a big one, but pretty bright though.
Yeah. He's feisty. He doesn't want to give up, that's for sure.
That's on that red and black herringbone quarter-ounce fatfish.
Yeah.
Yeah, why don't you slide him over? He's all wrapped
He's
up.
wrapped up in the line.
There we got him. Hey, there's the start of a day.
Yeah, I'll get him
Not a
started.
big fish, but that's a good barbecuer though.
He's nice and bright.
The gentle slope and flat water of the lower Klickitat gives a false sense of the river's true nature. Just a short 2 miles upstream, all boating traffic is halted by the presence of the Klickitat Gorge. Extremely narrow, studded with rocks, and punctuated with churning waters, the gorge is an inspiring shift to a river with a wild nature. Here, Native Americans fish using traditional dip nets, deployed from wooden platforms that overhang the tumultuous currents. It's a physically demanding fishery, one that seems to fit well in this rugged environment. An important and highly productive producer of salmon in the Columbia Basin, the Klickitat is managed intensely for the benefit of sport, commercial, and tribal harvest. Klickitat Hatchery releases 1 million coho salmon smolts each year. Above the gorge, the adjacent hillsides give way to allow the Klickitat to flow in a wide-open western fashion. To assist in the study of migrating salmon smolts, sample monitoring is conducted at various points along the river. On big rivers and streams, floating screw traps are often used to catch fish moving downstream. These traps only capture a portion of the fish in the river because the trap does not collect fish from the entire channel. Using the stream flow, the rotating auger gently forces the smolts into a live holding tank at the rear of the trap. The out-migrating juvenile fish are then counted, measured, and released to continue on their journey. The data collected from these and numerous other research practices all contribute to the effort of maintaining a bright future for fish runs. Back on the boat, Rob sat down with lure designer Tom Seward to talk more about the history and development of the lures being used today.
Tom, the lures we're using today are Warden's fatfish, and you are the designer of these lures. They look similar to a wigglewort, but they're really not, are they?
No. When the wigglewort disappeared several years ago from the market, it was replaced by a lure with a separate lip and body. And in the Northwest, that's not acceptable on powerful fish like salmon and steelhead. They disassemble. While we were at it, we decided to use the wigglewort's features, basic features, which are a cupped lip and a chunky fat body to get a wide wiggle at a low forward speed. And we also designed it with what we call an integral or one-piece lip and body to make it very strong. as far as I know, none of them have ever come apart with a strain of a big salmon to at least 40 pounds. They also take a more versatile hook rigging, larger hooks, maintain their buoyancy, and we think they've got the widest wiggle at the low speed of any of these lures, including the original wiggle lure.
Yeah, they sure have a good, nice, wide wiggle. And they've been working. How deep will they dive?
This one runs to generally 14 feet, 15 feet. The Magnum will go a little bit deeper, and our little 1/4 ounce one, which you have, runs in the 10 to 12 foot area.
And they've all got that real wide
They've
wiggle.
all got the wide wiggle, and of course the widest is the Magnum, the 1 ounce Magnum. Next widest is this. Usually in the smaller a lure or a crankbait, plug, whatever you call them, the tighter they wiggle. It's a general rule across the industry in most designs.
But most salmon and steelhead anglers want that wide,
They want
wide
the
wiggle.
wide wiggle. We studied it. We've got a 30-foot long tank. We can walk beside these lures. We can troll 2 at once in the tank, and we made sure our wiggle was more than a match for the wiggle board.
Well, they've sure been working well today.
Yeah, this is especially good in addition to salmon and steelhead for smallmouth bass.
Feel, Bob.
Good one, Rob. Good motor. Keep me off the sand if you would.
Roy's going to take the wheel.
Thanks, Roy. Yeah, keep us off the beach that way. I don't want to have to go swimming.
I'll grab the net. Boy, he sure hammered that thing.
Hey, maybe a bite's coming on. That was on 2 fish in about 5 minutes right there, or less than that probably.
Just pounded it.
It's like a little bit bigger than the last one too.
Well, that's on that hot tiger, isn't it?
Yeah. Might be a small king. We might have to release this fish. Yeah, I think it's probably a Chinook. We're gonna have to let go.
Think so?
Yeah, we won't even put the. I don't. Let me double check.
Make sure it's a king before we let it go.
No,
I think it is a steelhead.
it's a silver.
It's a coho?
Yeah. Oh, it was a coho.
Long release.
Yeah. It was coho though. It was a coho that was just starting to turn colors a little bit from silver. Yeah.
Wrapped your
Did that-
your lure up on.
Tell me that color green on its back. Let's go and make another pass. What did you get?
That was
A little more
got a
encouraging
good
anyway.
fight out of it. Right up to the boat. Where is he, Bob?
He's up right beside us here, Rob.
Oh, he's nice
Nice
and bright.
silver.
Nice one.
Boy, he's going.
Getting pretty shallow here.
Go ahead, yeah, just work us out.
Okay.
Yeah, it got real shallow there. We're almost on the beach. I can get out and fight him on the bank. He's a good fighter here, boy. He's making some good runs.
Giving you a pretty good fight.
Yeah, he is. Pretty bright, too.
Looks like a nice one.
It is. How you doing there, Roy? Look out, there he goes. This is one of the rare silvers in fresh water on a plug, and instead of rolling up in the line, it's actually running like they're supposed to. Come on, underneath the boat there, dude. Oh, he's just stubborn. Just stubborn. Just stubborn fish. You're right. There you go. Nice.
Got him. Let's leave him in the water there until we
Plugs
figure
out
out
of
what
the
we're going
fish.
to do with him, huh?
Yep. Plugs out. Dandy fish, but that's one of the better fighters we've had here today for sure.
It's a good fighter and nice big fish, and actually I think it'll go good on the barbecue.
That
huh?
will. That will. That's a female, probably, I don't know, I'd guess 12, 13 pounds.
Yeah. Well, good fight.
You bet.
We worked hard for it.
Nice to get a fish toward the end of the day.
Well, Bob, it's I guess that's about 11 hours on the water today, but we put in a good hard day. It was fun. We didn't do outstanding, but we caught one nice big coho and a couple smaller ones and lost one at the boat. And that's fishing.
That's fishing, Rob. Thanks for fishing hard for me out there today. It was a tough one.
Yeah.
We didn't see a lot of other fish caught. You know, that's fishing. You're
That's
right.
fishing. But it was fun. Weather was good and it was good company. So anyway, thank you very much.
Hey, thank you, Rob. We'll see you out there again.
Okay.